Hello everyone, it has been a while, I know, I am so sorry, but that is what happens when the holidays plus end of semester and everything else decides to kick in. So, I stopped, but I'm here for another rousing real talk. Just some housekeeping notes. If you haven't noticed yet, we're on YouTube. Woohoo! So we're finally getting out there. We're pushing ourselves out there, and it's been an awesome adventure trying to get the videos up on YouTube. But I must say I'm finally happy that they're all up there, and our new ones that we'll be filming are going to be up there, and we'll start the Facebook page. So don't panic, people. Don't panic. So if I'm talking a little bit louder than usual, it's because I'm on the road right now. That's the only bit of time. So let me give you a little thing here. And this kind of leads into my little real talk for today. But when I do these videos, I don't like to be around people when I do them, because I like to get my general thoughts out and I like to think clearly. And I try to find a spot where, you know, I'm with nobody. Unless I do an episode where I'm with somebody. But I try to do an episode where I have the opportunity to talk freely, openly, without anybody bothering me in a sense. But, so I get in the car. And some of you are probably like, Brandon, why are you driving and videoing? I have my eyes on the road. Don't worry. I don't recommend this, probably not. But I just want to get this video out there. And I do my best talking and thinking when I'm driving. Weird, huh? Anyway, so today I kind of wanted to give a real talk on an interesting topic for some reason that popped into my head, and it was called right time, wrong place. And the reason why I said earlier my little thingy that I just said pops into this title is because it's always a good time for me to, you know, get a real talk out, but sometimes I'm just in the wrong place to do it. Like, I'm very sure you wouldn't want me to give a real talk in the library, or in the middle of a public speech, or, I don't know, in the bathroom, like in the public bathroom, where people are trying to do their business, and all of a sudden they hear this dude talking about stuff, and they're like, shut up, dude, we're trying to go to the bathroom! I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, right time, wrong place. It is actually a question. Have anybody really felt, you know, we always say that people are in the right place at the right time, which is a given. But sometimes, have you ever felt like that you were in the wrong place, but this is the right moment, this is the right time, this is where you are supposed to be in this hour, but this isn't your right place? I felt like that sometimes, and I'm quite sure a lot of people have felt like that sometimes. And I'm quite sure a lot of times people have felt the reverse, which was the whole, they're in the right place, but it's the wrong time. So, what in the world am I talking about? I'm talking about, you feel like this is the moment where what you're supposed to be in. You have found the right time for your opportunity to shine in whatever it is that you do, whatever skill it is that you do, and whatever purpose you have. You feel like this is it. This is the right hour. But you feel like you're in the wrong place. I can tell you a lot of people have felt like that. People that have gone to school. They feel like this is the best time for them to go to school, but they're still trying to figure out what degree do they want to get in. For me, I've gone through 3 degree changes. I've gone through elementary education. I've gone through mass communications. And now here I am in humanities, language, and the arts. And I graduate in May, y'all. Whoa, whoa. Maybe for some of you it's a job. You are in the right position to get a job, but you feel like you might be in the wrong position. Maybe this isn't where you're supposed to be at in your company. Or maybe this isn't the company for you. A lot of people may feel like that sometimes, where they're this is the right moment, but this spot I'm in right now, oh, it's not good. And here's another thing. A lot of people feel stuck. And that's the big one. A lot of people feel stuck right where they are. And they don't know how to get out of it. And we always say, the old saying, when God closes one door, he opens another, or when opportunity opens one door, it closes another, however you want to phrase it. But there's something you need to know that's in the middle of it. It's called the hallway. And they always say, while an opportunity opens one door, opportunity closes another, but it's hell in the hallway. I heard a speaker one time talk about a person that walked out of the one room wearing just a towel, and in the midst of them trying to get to the other room, they lost the towel and sprinted to the other room, but the door was locked. I know, weird analogy, right? So maybe sometimes you feel like you're that person where you're in the middle of the hallway and you've lost your towel, but the other door's closed. So, what does that all mean? What does that all bring together? What I'm trying to say is, it's perfectly fine to have these moments. I feel like there is a blessing in these moments where you know the time, but you don't know the place. And what's cool about that is that you get the opportunity now to try and find the place that you belong. People, failure happens, okay? You're going to fail, or you're going to miss the mark sometimes. But here's the thing. When it comes to being in the right time but in the wrong place, you have the opportunity to go from place to place to place and find out where do you really fit in. Now, a lot of people are saying that doesn't look good on your resume, that you can't complete anything. Let me tell you something. Bump that for a second. Do you really want to stay stuck in a job forever that you do not like? No, you probably wouldn't do that, would you? I parched, excuse me. You probably wouldn't want to do that. Eventually that leads to giving up. And I feel like I've talked a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, I forgot how long ago it was, I told you not to give up, so don't give up. But here's the thing. There is such a beauty into finding your place, because you will know where the puzzle piece fits, if you catch my drift. You're in the right time. This is your moment. But now we're in the position of where we have got to find where we belong. And that's going to take days, months, weeks, years. It's going to take forever. It feels like it's going to take forever, but it's not. And eventually, you will find the one spot where it all comes together and you go, dude, this is it. This is it right here. This is where I belong. I am in the right place. I'm in the right time. Now, people, I have to give you a warning, because it happens 99.9% of the time. It's going to happen where you're in this place of the right time, wrong place, and you're going to get discouraged. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, because you feel like you're not doing anything right. You feel like you're doing everything wrong. You feel like you're failing. You feel like you're messing up, and there's nothing you can do about it. Let me tell you something. That's not because you're a failure. It's because you haven't found that right puzzle piece yet. So that means keep working. Keep working. Just this past weekend, I was in New York, and I got to do an escape room. And I am a huge escape room fanatic. I love escape rooms. I've been to a few. If I could go to more, I would love to go to more. I love escape rooms. But the core belief behind an escape room is that you've got to step outside of your thinking. You cannot go into a escape room and think that a puzzle piece is the right answer. Sometimes an escape room has to make you think outside of the box. Sometimes an escape room is not as easy as it looks. there were a couple spots where we got messed up, and I'm trying to figure out, all right, where in the world is this supposed to go and what we're supposed to do? And the answer was, like, not even in the one spot you would think. Like, the one answer was in the ceiling. Even though they told us not to reach up in the ceiling, because nothing you'd have to grab in the ceiling. You didn't have to grab it, but if you just looked up in the ceiling, the answer was in the ceiling. Duh. And sometimes the answer to your question of where the right place is, sometimes that requires you going outside of the box. That's how you get outside of this whole wrong place. Because sometimes the answer to where you belong, you cannot find it in the most simplistic of ways. You cannot find it in the easiest of ways, and you sure as heck cannot find it on the back of a cereal box. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, that's the beauty of finding your place. Because sometimes it takes more than just looking through an ad or doing some research. Sometimes you have to step into the picture and say, where in this do I belong? Don't give up hope. It's gonna be hard. Some days you're gonna feel like a failure. You're not. Some days you're gonna feel like you're messing up all the time. You're not. You're experimenting. You're trying to figure out where on this great big blue ball of water and oxygen and air and human beings and what have you, where in this life do you fit? Sometimes it's going to require you leaving somewhere. That's all right. That's you trying to figure it out. Sometimes it's going to have you stepping completely outside of your comfort zone into something completely different. That's all right. Trying to figure it out. Sometimes it's going to have you repeat what you just did. And you're going to be like, why am I doing this again? Don't worry. You're just trying to figure it out. It might take you a month. It might take you a year. But listen to me. You're in the right time. You may be in the wrong place. You may feel like you're in the wrong place. But if you just give it time, be patient. I think I talked about that too. It's like a final review or something. Just give it some time. Don't panic. There's so many answers out there for you to find. One of them is the right one. Please, please enjoy your time trying to figure yourself out. Especially to you young people, if you're watching this. You feel like you got life figured out at 21. No, you don't. Some people don't have life figured out until like 55. And that's quite all right. Because you know what? Imagine the numbers of stories you could tell at age 55 of all the things you did trying to figure out where on this life you belong. And sometimes, and here is my final point, sometimes you're not meant to belong. Brandon, what does that even mean? You just gave a whole topic on trying to figure out where you belong. Hear me out. This life would be boring, I think. And this is my opinion. Don't take it for granted. It's an opinion. My opinion is sometimes I feel like life would be boring if there wasn't an oddball. This is a final review. Embrace the weird. Sometimes we're not meant to belong because there needs to be somebody that stands out and is, in a sense, a leader. Someone that can help coach. Someone that can help encourage. Sometimes you're meant to be in the wrong place all the time because everybody remembers the goofball. Everybody remembers... Oh, Jesus, I just talked to myself for a second. All right, hold on. I hate when I have aha moments while I'm doing this. Okay, forgive me. All right, whew, bring it back together. Because that hit like right here. Sometimes when I'm doing this stuff, it hit right here. Sometimes life needs the goofball. Sometimes life needs that one person that stands out amongst the crowd and just is different. Sometimes you are meant to be in the right time, in the wrong place. Sometimes you are meant to be in that one spot where nobody could figure it out, but you could, because you don't think like everybody else. So, here's my takeaway point. You are in the right time, and you are in the right place. It may be temporary, it may be long, but you are where you're supposed to be for a reason. Whether it be for you to figure out something or for somebody else to figure out something, you are technically in the right place at the right time. The irony of being in the wrong place but at the right time. See, that's our thinking. That we're in the wrong place at the right time, but in reality, you're really in the right place at the right time. So enjoy the spot you're in. Low it be temporary or low it be permanent. Enjoy where you are right now. Find the blessings in your new surroundings, new environments, new teachings, new learnings, new understandings, new skills, new everything. Don't let the anxiety kick up and say you're not going to fit in here. Maybe you're not meant to fit in here, but you know what? That's all right, because you're meant to do something. This is the right time. This is the right moment you're supposed to be in. Most importantly, you're in the right place. Dang. Woo! I felt that one. So, go out there. Look, search, explore, go find. Don't come back until you've searched every single spot you're supposed to search. But most importantly, enjoy it. Have fun with it. And that is some real talk.